Hello and welcome to whatever this is. I've decided just to make some art in Cinema 4D. So let's just jump in and just start playing. I do this from every now and again just to kind of keep my edge sharp. No concept, no plan, just open it and start doing stuff. So let's see what we can do. So I'm thinking just random. Let's just start with a sphere and see what comes out of it. Cool. Right, so we press O to jump into our sphere, and let's just increase the segments to 100. Cool. So what are we gonna do with this now? Okay. Well, I'm feeling it's a sphere. Eyeball. Okay, let's do an eyeball. You know, let's just make it a groovy eyeball. So I'm just gonna hit C on the keyboard to make it editable, and just gonna rotate it 90 degrees like that. So here we have our sphere, and I'm thinking add some atmosphere. Add some atmosphere. We'll just maybe just add a physical sky, and we already have ambient occlusion and global illumination checked. So on a render setting, so that's pretty cool. That'll give us a nice render once we hit preview. So we've already got a kind of a funny little Stanley Kubrick-esque kind of vibe going on right there. So yeah, make the sphere into an eyeball then, shall we? So let's just turn that off, and let's select our point selection or our face selection mode. And I mean, I don't want to sit here doing that because that'd take too long. So we're just going to use the loop selection, and we're just going to jump in here, get this selected, that selected, that selected. Okay, let's have a nice big dilated pupil, and you know the whole of a human eye. The pupil of a human eye is actually a hole. That's what I was trying to say. So what we'll do is we'll kind of make it into a hole, but we won't actually make it like I'm not going to just do that. You know, I'm just going to push it back a bit. So I'll just hold Command and drag this back a bit. So we kind of got this hole effect, but not quite, you know, just kind of makes it like an indentation. So I'm going to select these ones as well because I want those to be part of the black. So I'm just going to go into create a new default material and make it black, and we're going to just add that there, which is cool. So I want to create a kind of a different like vibe for the eye. I'm thinking like marble maybe. That's kind of like, because eyes are kind of like red and yellowy and stuff. They're not just pure white. So let's just see if we got marble. Got any marble textures? Any of these be cool? I think so. You know, I might make the middle bit out of marble as well. Here, like, just stick a bit of marble in there. Is that done it? Yes, that's done. Cool. And for the rest of it, we'll use the other type of marble. Remember, this is literally just a random piece of art. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I'm just tooling about with my tools. So I want to apply this marble to the rest of it. So I'm just going to go select, invert selection, wherever that is. There we go, and just drag the marble onto there. And now I have this kind of funky looking eye thing going on, which is kind of cool. So the next thing, what I want to do is, I mean, it's kind of nice. It's a bit dull, isn't it? Like, so what I'll do this time, I'll go to my matrix extrude if I can find it anywhere. Oh God, you know, I'm just gonna search for it. Matrix extrude. Okay, yeah, cool. We've got the matrix extrude. So let's just matrix extrude this ever so slightly. Whoa, that's too much. Okay, cool. Just ever so slightly, give it some texture. See what happens. There we go. Now we have this kind of groovy looking thing going on, which is a bit weird, which is what we want. You know, it's good. So I'm just gonna maybe change a few settings in the physical sky because I think some clouds might look cool. So yeah, if you just go in here to your physical sky, you can see options for time, location, sky, sun. I'm just going to hit the basic tab and just add some clouds. Sky wise, I think we should probably, yeah, today is pretty good. I've still got this weird horizon, so there is an option to get rid of that, but I don't know where it is. Remember, I haven't planned this. I'm literally just jumping in here. So horizon start. You can I think you can tool around with that if you want to create some other options, and it'll change the vibe. But yeah, we've kind of got our eyeball type thing. I mean, I wouldn't want that eyeball in my head. It would hurt to turn my eyeball. But you know, it's kind of weird alien looking vibe to it. So yeah, I think I'll leave that there. And what else are we gonna do? We want to have. Oh, let's try nighttime. Let's try it at nighttime. So 2200 hours. Okay, we have a nighttime vibe. We're gonna need some illumination on that besides the thing. So maybe I'll just bring it back to kind of sunset and have this kind of groovy, weird vibe. It's kind of got that whole Mexican filter thing going on just because it's like the sunsetty type. But let's just that's a bit more pleasing, I think, to my eye at least. So yeah, I'm groovy with that. I'm groovy with that indeed. So the next thing we're gonna do, I mean, what else? I want to have this on Instagram, so I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna do 2000 by 2000 actually, just to have extra pixels to play with should I need them. And so there we go. And in our physical, we want to check depth of field because I'm going to add some depth of field with the camera in a moment. And also my settings are, I think, so I've got, my settings are low at the moment just to speed up the preview when you hit when you hit Option or on the keyboard. Sorry, my hands know it all, but my mouth doesn't seem to keep up. So we've got our kind of funny little fella there. He's cool. So let's just zoom in on that. What I'll do is I'll make another one. So what I'll do is I'll jump in here into my object tool. It was orthographic view, just because. Oh, hello. Orthographic view just so it makes it a little bit easier to navigate, and we'll pull that one back there. And yeah, we'll just stick this in behind. And what this will do then is it'll allow us to kind of compose the image a bit. We're taking into account negative space as well. So the space around here is just as important as the objects, because this is kind of your frame for your objects. So what I'll do now is I'll add a camera, and I'll make sure that the camera focal point is on the first sphere, just right here. So it kind of brings the pupil into focus. And I'm just going to preview render that, see how it comes out. You see we're not getting much depth of field, and I've got some absolutely craziness going on here. Look at that. I have no idea what that is. I've never seen it before. So anyway, let's maybe just reduce the depth, the f-stop, the aperture, as you'd know it in photography. It's a physical camera, so you can do photographic type things. So I'm just going to reduce this to like 1, see if that does anything. Oh, don't want to save that. Yeah, it's kind of, you can see there's some depth of field happening there, you see in the background, but what I'd really like is for that to be a bit more apparent. So you can go below 1, you can go to 0.5. What I'll do is 0.25 for this one. And I'm just going to save it. I was actually practicing earlier, and that was an absolute disaster. But I know I said I didn't rehearse it. I kind of rehearsed it, but you know. So here we go. Let's see what we can do here. So we've got madness happening. Look, I think I'm going to have to reset Cinema 4D because I think it's broken. I think I broke it. I'm just going to quit out of this and come back into it and see if anything happens. I think it's probably my GPU in my M1 Pro is probably the issue, to be honest, because it's doing weird artifacting things that I didn't think it would do, which is interesting, and it's something new. So that's always fun to learn. Let me just line this back up so we get the capture properly and see if it does. Okay, we're okay now. All good. That's why Command S is your friend, because you save your work and you don't have to worry about it. Just does it. And you forget about 20 years of doing it, never failed. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to do with that. To be honest, I'm pretty happy with it. It's got a groovy little composed image. Just hit render, and it might take a little while to render. If it takes too long, I'll just cut to the forwards bit. So now we're rendering, and I'm just gonna sit here and wait for it to render. And so yeah, the whole point of this is like sometimes you just need to just get going. It's all kind of like all theory and all action and no theory. There's a movie called Waking Life I'm a big fan of, and there's a line in it that kind of philosophizes about theory versus action. And some people are all action and no theory, others are all theory and no action. This in particular is all action and no theory. However, there is 20 years experience behind it, so this is kind of like just some random stuff I did. which is cool. And I'm going to make loads of these because this is actually a really good creative exercise, just to sort of see what happens when you just zen it out and make something cool. So here we go. We're going to save this down as a PSD, and then we're going to go into Photoshop and just have a little play around with it, see what happens. I might not do anything within Photoshop apart from like the levels or something like that, but I'm just going to jump into Photoshop here. Okay, now we're in Photoshop. So we have our eyeball. Let's just make a copy of this layer here, and maybe. Okay, so someone's cutting their grass. I'm just gonna go close the door, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So we have our little eyeball fellas here, and they're doing a good job of being themselves. Let's try maybe the oil paint filter. That's normally a pretty good one. See, you get some like weird little vibes here going on. So I'm just going to move that out of the way so you can see it. So if we preview it, it kind of gives you this other effect. Which in terms, I mean, this isn't necessarily a Cinema 4D training video. It's just me just waxing lyrical, see what happens, So yeah, I like that. I think it's cool. And another thing you can do, you can kind of hit 50% opacity on this one, so you kind of get half of what you would get, So you can turn this, if you turn the layer on, you see that it kind of uses some of the effect, but not all. So you could go like 75% maybe, and so it retains some of the fidelity of the original. Yeah, I mean, I like the oil paint filter. Let's just see what happens if we add a new adjustment layer of, like, I don't know, color lookups. I love color lookups because they really add that kind of extra layer of professional feel to your work. So if we jump in here, where's my color lookup gone? There we go. So we've got a plethora of options here. So yeah, we can do all sorts of cool stuff with this. One of the ones I go for for my photography work is just the Kodak stuff, because that's generally pretty nail on the head stuff. But these are cool. You can get loads of cool stuff going on. The night from day one is another good one. So that's kind of created as a nighttime effect that you can have. And yeah, there's a few more. Horror blue. See, that's pretty cool. I can roll with this because it's creating the vibe that I want. It's kind of like, maybe there could be these alien things invading. I don't know. That's what it kind of reminds me of, these like floaty little things going through space that have come to Earth. And yeah, that's just my thought process. The men in white coats will be here any minute. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to do with this. I will put a Dropbox link to this file in the description, and you can download it if you like, the PSD, and also the Cinema 4D file. And if you have any other ideas, you can comment below and link to what you've done with it if you want. And yeah, we can kind of maybe get a community going, whatever, or I'll just be a sad little man in a shed. Either way, I'm happy. But yeah, so that was my my however many minutes exercise. How many minutes has that been? 13 minutes already. That's insane. Oh, well, my art teacher always did say that time flies when you're creating art. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this, and it was a kind of a fun bit of thing to follow along with. And yeah, just all the best with your creative journey, and we'll catch you the next time. All the best. Bye bye.